motherhood and death. Chapter 1. Is this a reason for hope? Hafiz. Your mother and my mother. Fear is the cheapest room in the house. I would like to see you living in better conditions. For your mother and my mother were friends. I know the innkeeper in this part of the universe. Get some rest tonight. Come to my verse again tomorrow. We'll go speak to the friend together.
And of course, it's not just the woman's voice that's missing. The women are simply a very large part, probably the largest part of the voices that have not been heard. And that's, generally speaking, that's not just women, but all kinds of other genders. And in white America and white world.
Studies and Colonialism, Lucy Maitland and Joe Turner. In what is perhaps her most influential text, Mama's Baby, Papa's Maybe, Spillers centers the history of afterlife of slavery in her account of gender and sexuality. Spillers' argument is that gender is historically contingent. The feminist accounts of gender are created through a focus on white womanhood, then centering our account of gender on the figure of the enslaved woman transforms how Spillers understands violence, race, and patriarchy. In intersectional accounts of gender and race, these two forms of power are considered as interlocking and intensifying each other. So, for example, violence against women of color is both gendered and racialized. As women of color experience both the system of racism as a person of color and patriarchy as a woman, Spillers approaches this intersection somewhat differently by considering how slavery and blackness amounts to a form of gendering. What's important for Spillers is how these historical processes work to structure the modern world.
It is not immediately obvious that form presents any problem at all. The world around us is full of forms. We recognize them in every act of perception. But we easily forget that there is a vast gulf between this aspect of our experience that we simply take for granted and the quantitative factors with which physics concerns itself: mass, momentum, energy, temperature, pressure, electric charge, etc. The relationships between the quantitative factors of physics can be expressed mathematically, and physical changes can be described by means of equations. But form does not enter into these equations. It is not a vector or a scalar quantity, nor is it conserved. If a bunch of flowers is thrown into a furnace and reduced to ashes, the total amount of matter and energy remains the same. The form of flowers simply disappears. 6. Young children who remember previous lives. The sun never says, Hafiz. Even after all this time, the sun never says to the earth, you owe me. Look what happens with a love like that. It lights the whole sky.
How do you survive whole in a world where we're all victims of something?
How do you survive whole? I can't do this quickly, Juan.
Okay.
How can you survive whole and where we're victims of something? That's a nice, big, fat, Eastern, Western philosophical question about how do you get through. Sometimes you don't survive whole. You just survive in parts.
Listening. As a musician, I am interested in the sensual nature of sound. Power of synchronization, coordination, release, and change.
Towards a feminist historiography of electronic music. A patrilineal history of electronic music production is normative, and ideologies of sound reproduction circulate unmarked for a particular politics of gender. To think against the grain of cultural ideologies that have aligned women with normative modes of heterosexual and capitalist reproduction, and to construct electronic music histories differently, we can consider how sounds themselves are reproductive, whether they can offer us the hope of new directions, and whether new directions are reason enough for hope.